chat, strap yourselves in, get your food and drinks ready on your tables. It's going to be a long night of SGL action. We have a triple header coming up for you starting in less than 10 minutes. This is the Only Bazaar, and we have 2 matches in the premiere to kick us off tonight, followed by a match in the SGL Championship to round off tonight's stream. We'll start with LaCinco12 versus Sounders RC. LaCinco12 of Austin FC, Sounders RC of Seattle Sounders. Next, we'll have EM Dallas Burn of FC Dallas versus Emerald City RC of Seattle Sounders. And finally, Frontera ST Azul of San Diego FC versus EC Eternal of Seattle Sounders. Yes, we have 3 Seattle Sounders teams playing tonight, all away from home, but they all have a good chance of winning and potentially going up. Sounders RC less so, but we'll dive into that in a little bit as we preview that match very soon. How is everyone doing tonight? I see you there, Trigger, in full voice. Good to see you there. Shay Bomb, good to have you in the chat as well. Both Trigger and Shay coming in to support their teams in the opposite league. Trigger of Los Verdes and Shay Bomb of Frontera Chrome, who should have their match scheduled by Cauldron, hopefully sooner than later. So Shay Bomb in chat says SDFC is almost back on the pitch, so pretty much the season is underway. FST Azul plays better during the season. Let's freaking go, SDFC. Oh yeah, the preseasons have started, haven't they? So all the teams are back on the pitch and they're playing. For Toronto FC, unfortunately, all I got was the result and 4 pictures from social media, so not too much. But at least I got to learn that our team beat Korean team Incheon United 4-1, so that's something. Just waiting on KC confirmation. We're close, though. That's good. That's very good. Hopefully, you guys can get that set up and established sooner than later. You know, it's funny. We're so close to the start of the MLS season now. We're almost in February, and then in less than 4 weeks, we'll be kicking off with the first set of matches for Major League Soccer. USL should be getting started in and around March, so even that's not too far away. Preseason has started. We play Pumas this Tuesday at home. Or we played Pumas this Tuesday at home already? There you go. Were you able to attend that match, or was that closed? Was that closed doors? Meanwhile, whilst we wait for Shay Bomb to answer. Oh, it's this coming Tuesday. Oh, you're playing next Tuesday. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, cool. Nah, you good, Shay. You know what? We have 3 matches to cover. Let's start with covering this one. LaCinco12 versus Sounders RC. I think the best way to cover this is to look at the league table and to see where these teams lie. LaCinco12 in 4th place, but recently they've been playing really, really well. Sounders RC at the bottom of the table, but they have been getting better and better as the season has progressed. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe they could get a point or 2 against LaCinco12. Maybe a win, a big upset. Who knows? Meanwhile, EM Dallas Burn versus Emerald City RC, 7th versus 6th. EM Dallas Burn really far away, and even if they sweep Emerald City RC, they will still be 5 points behind. You can see the big gap between 7th and 6th, and that kind of gives you an idea of how these teams have distributed themselves. You kind of have the top 2, Timbers Army and Frontera Chrome, and you have the middle crew, the middle 4 teams, all kind of close to each other, all starting to catch up to the top slowly but surely, and all of them distancing themselves from the bottom 2, which is in the 3rd tier. Emerald City RC have started to really get better and better in recent weeks after a very slow start to the season. They're starting to rack up some more wins, and maybe if they get a victory over EM Dallas Burn, they will usurp the other FC Dallas side, El Matador, into 5th place and go 1 point behind LaCinco12 should LaCinco12 get swept. And that's a very low likely, result. And then in the championship, EC Eternal versus Frontera Azul. Frontera Azul having a slow start but getting better. EC Eternal just going on the up, and now they are above Frontera Azul in 4th. Frontera Azul, though, if they can get a big win here, they have a chance of hopping over EC Eternal. But if EC Eternal gets at least one game, I think they'll be fine. They should be able to keep themselves in 4th place. Right, so that about does it for the previews of all 3 matches tonight. Let's take a deep dive into LaCinco12 versus Sounders RC. You've seen it in the table. You see it right here in the team comparisons. It's David versus Goliath. And no, David is not referring to LaCinco12 here. I mean, you have LaCinco12 that have really gone way stronger after their new recruit came in Kaser. Meanwhile, Sounders RC, they had a chance to get better, but they just couldn't get anyone in. And that is really, really significant for them because they only have 3 players in this whole squad. They have not had a chance to rotate at all. They've not had anyone to come in and freshen things up whenever they needed it. They've just had to contend with Christmas, Noct, and Blyan throughout this whole season, both in the league and the cup. Now, all of these 3 players have done very well defensively. They're good players individually. They just really struggle to work together as a team, and you can see that with the low number of assists and their low shot percentages. They all tend to have a good few individual moments that help them go forward, but whenever they attempt to go with their team plays, they just cannot knit things together, and they fall back into individualism. Now, recently, we're starting to see some better team play from this trio. Blyan, in particular, has been trying all season, just can't get much of his plays off. You know, if you want to have a good functioning team, everyone needs to step up, right? One player can't make a whole team. So, you know, they all try to do their own thing, but recently, we're starting to see them actually work with each other, trying to get some more passes off, trying to figure out where they should go so that they could be set up for a particular play by their teammate. Like, the understanding's coming back now, and they look slicker than they've ever been. All they need to do is knit it all together and get their shots on target so that they can finally get some of those goals that they deserve. Meanwhile, LaCinco12, they have brought in Kaser, as I mentioned earlier, and he has been an absolute revelation for them. After a slow start against Frontera Chrome, which resulted in LaCinco12 getting swept, Kaser and Co have really got things going, and they really showed it last week in the Cup against Timbers Army, winning in 7 games, an emphatic Game 7 win on top of that, and are now in the lower final against El Matador. Here in the league, they're looking to keep that momentum going to see if they can rise up the table, potentially challenge Timbers Army for the title, though, as Devitt and Rydog previewed in their recent SGL podcast episode, it's going to take a lot to go Timbers Army's way for them to even stand a chance at getting into title contention. When you look at these players, Kaser has been a standout, but the whole team works together so well. Palace, Rudsau, Devon have been the cornerstone of this side, but with Kaser coming in, Rudsau, Palace, and Devon have all gone to the next level. No one really tries to do their own thing or take over. They all bring their individualism out, but they also work together very well as a team. Yeah, Trigger, right? Devon has really been stepping things up. He even talked about how he's been getting better in his ranked games. He has entered GC in 2s recently, just not able to keep himself up there, fell back down, but he is getting better and better as this season is progressing. Right, that about does it for the previews. We are waiting for both teams to come in and get ready, and we will kick off in a bit. Meanwhile, predictions. Chat, you have any predictions going for tonight's match between LaCinco12 and Sounders RC? I think LaCinco12, as good as they've been, I think they might be a bit too much for Sounders RC as much as they've been getting better. I can see Sounders RC getting a game, but I think it's going to be a LaCinco12 victory, 3-1 to LaCinco12. As a reminder, chat, this is the first match of the night. After this, we will be jumping straight into EM Dallas Burn versus Emerald City RC. We probably won't have time for any interviews. And then right after that, we will be jumping straight into the championship match between Frontero SD Azul and EC Eternal. Fast-paced action, no time to wait, no time for an intermission. We are going to be jumping straight in. So stick around with us for this long night of SGL action. Still waiting for both sides to fully get in. We have one of the teams in. We're just waiting for the other.
It's hard for me to tell you why. It isn't that this isn't right. My expectations up so high, I get down. You still don't ever give me chance. This isn't me head over heels. And I said I could feel the fire now. Every time I dream of you, I see.
So whilst we're still waiting, I do want to talk about the title race a bit more. If you guys missed the podcast, here's what the league table looks like right now. So Timbers Army have a bit of a healthy lead compared to Frontera Chrome, only 3 points ahead, which means even if they lose with one game won, they can still be just fine because the winner only gets 4 points. So Timbers Army do have a bit of room for a loss, maybe not a sweep, but a loss. However, you know, Casey Calder's starting to creep up a little bit. They're starting to get better and better, and there's a good chance that LaCinco12 can just win all the rest of their matches for the remainder of the season. If they do, though, they will be ending with 43 points max. Yes, we have 4 matches remaining, including this. So if they win tonight and win the next 3, they'll only have 43 points, which means if Timbers Army win 2 matches, then LaCinco12 will be out of title contention. That's why I mentioned earlier that LaCinco12 needs to have everything go their way for them to even be in the title race. Cyberburn, good to see you, my man. And both teams are finally in. We are gonna get started very soon. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, folks. The clock ticks out to kick off. Here we go. LaCinco12 versus Sounders RC. And what an interesting lineup for LaCinco12 as they start off poorly. Nobody at the back. What happened right there? Hophead is starting tonight with Rudsau and Devin versus Christmas Blind and Knocked. Wow, that is a huge surprise. Trigger, right, Trigger? I mean, I never expected Hophead to get a start. Hophead playing with his son, Devin. You don't get to see that all the time, so cherish this moment, chat. But for Sounders RC, this is a great opportunity for them to get the first point in this match and put some pressure on LaCinco12. Oh, Christmas is having his time out there. Just couldn't get the final touch. No one else from Sounders RC willing to take a chance, rightfully so. They're getting a lot of time on the ball to settle in, but even then, they still double commit. Christmas, though, eventually ends up with the ball. Devin knocks it to Knocked. No pun intended. Blind finally passes out to Christmas. Christmas trying to go for a double, but Knox is there for the near post finish attempt. Just couldn't get it on target. That would have been an incredible team goal. Some will say a rare team goal from Sounders RC, but they are on top of their game right now. Something LaCinco12 to get back into this. And for Hophead in particular to get up to speed, especially against this Sounders RC side. Devin trying to get a pass out to Hophead. Formerly known as Busted Cider 6996, by the way. But he's still struggling to get going. Loose ball though to Devin. Another loose touch though. This time to Blind, and Sounders RC are able to bring it forward. Hophead passing it to Runsau. Runsau knocking it forward. Runsau is going to go back for this. Cannot reach the corner. Ball's in the middle. Hophead with a shot. Off target to the opposite corner. Devin going to follow up, but a great challenge from Christmas relieves some of the pressure. And Sounders RC are going forward in search of their second. The Anum fan club is here. But before that, you said someone has to make fun of Anum. I agree. And we'll see if Anum makes an appearance tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but that will be coming in after this matchup. So far, though, Sounders RC are getting their way right now. LaCinco12 just completely out of sorts. Having to make do with this trio, just get used to each other. Devin trying to play fast. What a pass! And what a quick fire shot. Runs out the right place at the right time. Devin with the vision. Look at that touch. Blind just couldn't get there. Loose touch from Knox, sorry. Christmas in no man's land. Runsau gets the finish. 1-1. And you can say that that was a lucky break for the Austin boys. Oh, Knox has got the kickoff in his favor. Trying to go for a solo goal. Just didn't have enough boost to follow it up. Blind clearing it out. Getting his teammates the time to get back and settle themselves in for the next attack. Meanwhile, LaCinco12 are just trying to play keep away. Make sure that the ball gets as far away from the blue net as possible so that they don't get pinned back. Hophead out of position. Christmas gonna get the finish. Not trying to follow up. Gets the 50 instead. This is set up for Blind, who doesn't get a clean touch. Loose ball to Hophead, who clears it out to Christmas. Net is open. Runsau finally gets it away. We haven't really talked about Runsau too much outside of the goal, but I guess he's trying to cover for Hophead right here, who has slowly been growing into this, but he's still getting outpaced, as you see right there. Oh, that's an unfortunate bump by Runsau, who doesn't even have any boost, so he has to go back. Double attempt off target. Christmas misses. Oh, that's a big 50 open net. Devin going in, and he gives LaCinco12 the lead with 1 minute 24 seconds to go. The goal was created all by Runsau. Clearing out to the right. Christmas Swift, big 50. Devin, the benefactor. Devin, the goal scorer. Honestly, this would be a big result for LaCinco12 if they could get the win right here, but they still have to do a lot to defend, and they barely get away with it. Another off-target shot. A soft effort, but Knox is able to get back. Runsau not able to settle in. And Sounders RC are back in it, just like that, 10 seconds after kickoff. "74 seconds remaining. It can still go either way. LaCinco12 had a rough start, but have grown back into this match. Sounders RC, though, are looking to take over and potentially see the South with 1 minute remaining. And those loose centers are not going to work out for LaCinco12. They got to keep the ball close or boom it as far away as possible to force the Sounders RC team back. Devin and Runsau both missing. Hophead shoots to stay back, but he's going to come up and challenge. Bumps away Knocked. Shot towards the net. It's all open, and Runsau gives his team the lead. Knocked, Blind, and Christmas all stuck together before trying to split off. Nobody at the back to cover for the long shot. Runsau takes advantage, and LaCinco12 are up 3-2 with 41 seconds remaining. If you're Sounders RC, you're probably annoyed by that. You don't want to concede goals like that against a team fielding Hophead, a gold player who hasn't really played too much in SGL this season. If there was a winnable game for Sounders RC, it is this. But both Devin and Rutsau have done very well to keep it up. And Hoppad himself has been a solid contributor. That bump on Knock being critical so that they can't follow up. But at the end of the day, the Sounders RC team does not want to give up. Hoppad with an awkward touch. Devin out of position at that moment. Couldn't react. And of course he couldn't. That was a really awkward touch. Blind coming in, getting the goal. 3-3 with 10 seconds remaining. Game 1 overtime might be here, unless Sounders RC can get the game winner. Devin has no boost, but the bounce is in his favor. He wants to keep it going, but he doesn't have the boost. And we are in overtime in game 1. Another kickoff goes in Sounders RC's favor. Knock trying to look for a flip reset. Gets it, but not really clean contact. Runs out, trying to pitch it into the middle. Soft touch, Devin off the backboard. Hoppad for the game winner. What a save from Knock at the right place at the right time. Hoppad doing all he could to dive in and get whatever powerful contact he could. And now LaCinco12 look to establish himself, but Hoppad is caught off. Devin needs to get back. Devin can't save that. And Knocked gets the game winner. As difficult as it may have been for Sounders RC, they have found a way to get the victory. Knocked with the clutch finish. Open net doesn't matter. It's overtime. It is a pressure point. And Knocked makes it count. Sounders RC take the initiative. They're up 1-0. Now I wonder if this is going to be the last we will see of Hoppad. Because LaCinco12 don't want to set themselves up to get swept right here. But we shall see if they want to make a sub or not. This is a really good start for Sounders RC though. Even if LaCinco12 make a sub, they will be full of confidence. They will be willing to take over in game 2 and set themselves up for match point. LaCinco12 have it all to do to get back into this. Sounders RC have taken advantage right here, and they have the whole team to thank for that. Everyone working together very well. 4 assists off of 4 goals, by the way. You don't get to see that all the time. 3 assists from Blind, 1 from Knocked. Really good to see that goal distribution as well. They're working way better than ever. And we are going to kick off. Apologies for that. Here we go. Game 2. Palace comes in for Hoppad. It's a stronger lineup for sure. The OG LaCinco12 is here. But will Sounders RC keep it going? They might, Blind comes in off of a Christmas pass. And Sounders RC take the initiative after 12 seconds. What a start for the Seattle Sounders boys. They're making the most of their good performance so far. Keeping that pressure up on LaCinco12. Putting the onus on them to create the chances and get the goals whilst they punish the opposition, whilst they get punished by Sounders RC. Now a nice shot coming in. Oh my goodness, I never expected that to go in. Rutsau somehow found the spot at the far post. Off of the side wall, off of the side of Hispanic, the ball curls all the way to the outside. Somehow it goes in. Rutsau, the top tier finish, and it's 1-1. Oh, they're going in first. Quick fire second. Palace looking to set up his teammates. Rutsau now taking over. Huge pinch. This is going way too far. Palace needs to backtrack, and he needs to go back all the way as Knocked takes over. Oh, what a cleared snow by Rutsau. Christmas trying to set up for a psycho. Couldn't get there. Devin with a soft touch, a triple commit, leaving LaCinco12 in a bit of a disarray. Rutsau, though, gets back, gives his team the time to recover and set themselves up defensively. And they need to defend right here because Sounders RC are looking to pile up the pressure. They are keeping it up. Christmas with a shot off the backboard, looking for a tight double. Blind also committing. No one can get a touch. Knocked, trying to play it away, give his teammates the time to get back. And now LaCinco12 have taken over. Big clearance out to the opposite end. Run south, following it up again. Soft touch off the corner. Knocked, taking over, pumping it up. Doesn't have much boost to follow this up, but he's going to keep great control of this ball. Flicks it over Palace. Devin needs to come in. He cannot beat Blind and Christmas. But now it's a one-on-one. Runs out, trying to take it past Christmas. He passes it to Palace, who cannot get a shot on target. Christmas's presence throwing him off. Devin runs out of boost to follow it up. And Sounders RC are back at the other end. Oh, they might have a good opportunity right here. Near post shot. Devin with a clutch save. So far, we're seeing way better teamwork. When the ball gets loose, someone else from Sounders RC is there to follow it up. Now Blind taking over, passing it off the backboard. Not trying to go for it. Couldn't make it. Christmas, though, is in position to keep this up. And Sounders RC are pinning back LaCinco12, looking for a second. Good save by Runsau to take it to the other end and create a counterattack. Palace near post, off target, and the ball goes out all the way to the midfield. Devin with zero boost has no way to take over. And we're now starting to see a bit of the old LaCinco12, where they run out of boost very quickly, and they kind of just get into desperation mode to keep the ball away from the opposition. They're definitely missing Kaser's presence right here. However, even without Kaser, this team has had big results. But right now, they need to get it together. They need to get themselves back in rhythm. Defensively, they've not been too bad, but they're still dealing with really good Sounders RC attacks. A shot off target to no avail for Sounders RC, but they have a second chance right here. Pass towards the middle. Palace clearing it out. Christmas to the side. Runsau takes over, who gets demoed for his trouble. And now Christmas brings it out. Nice pitch. Ball to the middle. Long shot attempt. Off target. Runsau trying to play it forward, but again, Sounders RC just keep a pin back. Finally, a counterattack opportunity. Runsau, though, needs to finish this off on his own. Blind is there. And once again, Sounders RC are doing a great job, but not for much longer. Finally, the opening is there for LaCinco12. Palace off. Hits Fennec into the middle. Devin with a powerful 61 mile per hour, 98 kilometer per hour shot on AlexBankersOnly.com radar gun. And LaCinco12 take the lead. Some will say LaCinco12 got it against the run of play. And you might be right, because Sounders RC have been spectacular right here in this game too. But at the end of the day, LaCinco12 made their chance count. And that's why they are up where they are in 4th place. Sounders RC, though, still have time. They have shown that they can create a bunch of good chances. They just need to find the ability to finish it off. But they're kind of losing their shape. And Runsau takes advantage of the chaos at the back. Blind and not going for the same ball. Blind having to bail out, but he gets an unfortunate side flip. No control in that situation. Bailing out. Knocked left all on his own. Devin gets the finish. 3-1 with 38 seconds to go. LaCinco12 are looking really good to win in this game too. Just all too often when the team is in that position, Sounders RC choose to play it off the backboard, expecting LaCinco12 to dive for the ball. But LaCinco12 are a bit more patient. They wait for the opportunity to strike instead of just diving for the ball. Decent pass attempt right there, but it's too close to the back line. Christmas trying to slow it down, but that doesn't work out. Off the backboard, Devin bailing out. Runs out, off the corner. A lot of time being wasted, even if LaCinco12 cannot get a goal. And it's all over. LaCinco12 win in game 2. They're back. It is 1 apiece. And Palace's presence has definitely made a difference for LaCinco12. A lot more cohesion, way more solid defensively. Sounders RC, though, didn't let that dishearten them. They kept playing strong. They were really good in that game. Just couldn't finish off their chances. Could even get good shots on target. Blythe's 3 shots, the only ones that have counted right here. And most of his efforts were off the backboard as well. Meanwhile, LaCinco12 with 10 shots, and I think that says it all, doesn't it? Even though a lot of LaCinco12 shots were further away, long shots for the most part, they still tested that Sounders RC defense, eventually found an opening that took advantage once they were in the lead to see it off. No sweep for either side, but this can still go either way as we go into game number 3. The formula is there for Sounders RC. All they need to do is execute. Here we go. 1-1. Which team will get themselves into match point? Will it be Sounders RC or will it be LaCinco12? Oh, Rutsak going for a tight double. Devin also diving for that shot. Palace is back there to bring the ball to the goal mouth. Who's touch? What a pass and what a shot! Palace with the vision. Seeing Rutsak at the left side. Great pass. Rutsak right there to shoot it in. 72 miles per hour, 114 kilometers per hour. On AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. And unlike games 1 and 2, LaCinco12 start off strong. They take the lead 1-0. Oh my goodness, I thought that was going to be a second. Rutsak showing off his great individual ability. His mechs on full display. Just couldn't get that flick on target. That would have been an incredible goal in this game. Sounders RC though are pinned back. Rutsak, the orchestrator, keeping up the pressure, forcing Sounders RC to defend every single second of this game 3. Devin to the middle, Rutsak takes over. Palace trying to rotate, bumps Devin out of the way, says, excuse me, I'm here, coming through. Devin following up, keeping the chaos going at the back. Bump away, gives Sounders RC some reprieve. Rutsak, though, takes over now. Everyone from Sounders RC choosing to go back. This allows Rutsak to go up, but he gets demoed. Great 50 from Blythe despite getting bumped. Devin has 0 boost, but he still gets the ball first. And he's going to choose to let this go. Palace and Noct meeting in the middle. Noct with a great pass to Blythe. Blythe trying to set it up. Christmas coming in, trying to take over. Loose touch, though. Palace gets it out to Rutsak, who brings it to the opposite end. Palace still has 0 boost. He's going to choose to play it slow and lets Devin take over. Devin not even wanting to play patient, but he still gets rewarded. Courtesy of a huge gift from Christmas. Oh, you hate to see that. Fields backflip, man. Oh, man. You don't want to see goals conceded like that. Terribly unfortunate. LaCinco12 up 2-0, and they have Christmas to thank for that. Another flick. Blind misses. Palace gets the third straight after kickoff. Good flick right there from Rutsak to set up Palace. Blythe trying to go for the touch away. Just couldn't get to the ball. No one behind him to cover the net. And now LaCinco12 are running away with it in game 3. Ooh, a bit of an awkward moment in the midfield. Can Sounders RC take advantage of this? Double attempt right there. No matter. Christmas and Blythe are both there to make it up. Christmas gets the final touch. A powerful shot into the middle. 84 miles per hour, 135 kilometers per hour. Off of AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. You don't get to see that typically in standard 3s. So cherish that moment, chat. Sounders RC are back. 3-1, and they still have a lot of time to go. Ball coming towards the orange net yet again, but the miss allows Christmas to take over. He's gonna follow up ball on his own. Palace getting it off of the lip, getting it high up, and finally clearing it away. But Christmas takes over yet again. The net was open. Runs out back there. 50 towards the middle. Shot off of the crossbar. Not trying to follow up. Great save by Runsell. Great recovery. And LaCinco12 survive to live to tell the tale. They have to defend yet again. Christmas is right there, trying to bait Runsell out. But Runsell gets a great 50. Trying to go for a pinch off of Devin. Neither player really gets a solid contact. Palace lets it go. Trying to get more boosts and bumps. Runsell off the backboard. Surely Devin's going to be there. He does. He meets Knocked in the middle. Palace with a shot. Not enough power, but he doesn't need it. Blind still gets back on time. Clutch save after what looked like an awkward moment for him. Sounders RC are still in this. They still have time, and they might be able to get back if they make this attack count. But another double commit sees that attack end, and LaCinco12 are hunting their fourth in this game 3. Of all the good moments Sounders RC have had, and they've had a lot of good moments, they still have the issue of just conflicting with each other, getting in each other's way, and just killing their attacks because of that. Defensively, none of them are really able to get to the ball, and if one player misses at the back, the other is not necessarily back there. Christmas, though, able to see that coming after a mistake from Knocked. Runsell following it up. Palace is there, and the dagger has been struck on Sounders RC's back. 4-1 with 46 seconds remaining. Game 3 is probably theirs for the taking unless Sounders RC could strike a miraculous comeback. Low play right here by Palace, but he gets bumped away. No matter, both Blind and Christmas are sitting back. Blind trying to bring this up, trying to go for the second follow-up. Christmas trying to take it to the goal, just gets it off target, and Knock needs to get back to take control. Whose touch invites Runsell for the challenge, and an awkward moment again between Blind and Christmas. The double commits hot Sounders RC yet again, and they concede their 5th. Now, this game 3 is over. LaCinco12 are good, most likely going to win this. 5-1 with 22 seconds remaining. Fibrous Coyote, I don't know if that's really a good goal. But you know what? It works out for LaCinco12. The clock ticks down. LaCinco12 have found their groove yet again. Sounders RC are back to making the same sort of mistakes that have haunted them throughout the season. And even if they could have had a second right there, it wouldn't have mattered. LaCinco12 still would have had the win. They lead 2-1, and they are on match point. Devin, good to see you in chat. How you feeling, man? You been busy? All right, so just as a heads up, chat, right after this match, we will be going straight into the next match between EM Dallas Burn versus Emerald City RC. We're just waiting to see this match finish up. Going into game 4, waiting for both teams to arrive and get ready. And here we go. Both teams are in. Hophead has returned for LaCinco12. Didn't expect to see him yet again, but here he is. And here we go. Game 4 of Back to Paris. And Rotsau kicks it off with a bang for LaCinco12. An early goal, 7 seconds straight after kickoff. Taking advantage of that loose touch from Christmas. And LaCinco12 with a hot start in their quest to win this match. Blind, popping it up, taking it forward. Loose touch though. Christmas coming back. Ooh, he got away with that right there. Devin was looking for that. Neither he or Christmas could get the touch. Sounders RC need to defend. Good effort right there by Christmas to get Devin off his rhythm. But his teammates are back to take over. Blind keeping it in the midfield. Devin bringing it forward. Christmas, ooh, he's looking awkward right there. A whiff. Loose ball, no one there from LaCinco12 to take over. And the ball is in the blue half. Can Sounders RC get back into this? Devin looks like he is wanting to step up and get a big performance going. His father, Hophead, trying to get his own influence in this game 4. But there's an opening right there at the back. A team goal from Sounders RC. Big boom from Blind off the midfield to the backboard. Christmas going for the bump by Rutsau, throws him off, and knocked with the finish. Great team goal there by Sounders RC, and they're back in it. It's one apiece. Oh, there's a second right there. Great out of kickoff. Sounders RC punishing LaCinco12. Great kickoff right there. Ball stuck in the middle. Blind with a powerful 62 mile per hour, 99 kilometer per hour shot off of AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. And Sounders RC take the lead with a whole lot of game remaining. Knocked off the corner, nice double. Trying to follow it up yet again. His teammates choosing to stay back. Wise decision right there as well. But now they need to defend. Blind there to make the save. And now LaCinco12 trying to get themselves back into this, but they're really struggling to keep up the pressure. Although they're very good at making those chances out for transition. Good save at the end. Off a Rutsau shot. LaCinco12 are hunting for the equalizer right here, but Sounders RC are up for it, and they are looking very confident. Hophead off out of position, has to get back. Blind trying to go for a shot, plays it off to the opposite corner. Christmas not able to make it, but Noct is there to follow up. Noct is going to look to keep it going on his own, but now he needs to go back because Sounders RC. Sorry, so it's because LaCinco12 are trying to push up, but Blind make sure that Sounders RC are able to take control in the midfield. Noct with a nice solo dribble towards the middle. Rutsau just couldn't get it out in the end. And that's going to haunt them. Noct trying to go for the double. Ooh, unfortunate. Just could not get it on target. That could have been a big goal for Sounders RC as it looked to go into game 5. LaCinco12 still in this. Rutsau sitting back, gets beaten. Great challenge there by Devin to prevent Christmas from getting an easy look. And now Rutsau going for a shot of his own. Christmas taking over, taking it to the opposite end. Hophead chooses to go and challenge, gets a big 50 on Christmas. Devin and Hophead trying to go for the same ball. Devin bumps his father out of the way, and that attack ends right there. Nice flick right there. Rutsau off the backboard. Blind gets a good touch away, but Devin takes over yet again. Sounders RC need to hold on tight. Good Rutsau is going to be there to score. And when he gets an opportunity like that, he will make sure to finish it off. Great adventurous play right there by Rutsau, diving straight for the ball in front of the net. Equalizer at the perfect time. 2-2 with 1 minute 43 seconds remaining. Trigger in chat saying he was not doing that when I played with him. Really? That's what I like to hear and read. I'm glad that, Hophead's getting to improve his game. And we're starting to see it here as well. The way he's engaging the opposition, the way he's challenging. he's getting better for sure. And that's what we want to see. We want to see these kinds of improvements. Good pass right there from Hoppet to Devin. Open net. Surely someone's going to finish this off. Rutsow does. Great effort from Sounders RC to get back, though. They just couldn't get back. Knocked way too high up. Had way too much to do. Despite that, still gets a touch, but he puts it in the back of the net. And from 2-1 down, LaCinco12 have come back, and they're up 3-2. It's all on Sounders RC yet again. They have been really good in this game 4, but LaCinco12 have adjusted. They have gotten used to playing with Hopphead, and Hopphead to them. But they still have moments like this where the goal is open. Knox couldn't get it done. How did he not score that? I thought he was going to get that in. Unlucky. And LaCinco12 get away with it right there. They still need to defend, though, because Sounders RC are coming back fast. This game's not over yet. 30 seconds remaining. 1 goal margin between the two sides. LaCinco12 on match point. If they win this, it's all over. If Sounders RC win, we are going to go to Champions Field. Mike Christmas, send them there. Great defending from LaCinco12. Ball in the orange half. Blind to Christmas. Loose touch. Rutsow's going to boom it away to the opposite corner. To Noct, who's trying to get it out, but Blind needs to go back and make the save as we go into the final second. This is the last chance for Sounders RC. Oh no, that loose touch. Nobody's there to be able to follow that up. Try as they might. LaCinco12 beat Sounders RC after losing game 1. They win it in 4.